It's that time of the year again. Despite the sweltering heat of the summer sun, the month of May is when most Filipinos come out and enjoy the celebration of numerous fiestas. But for the local motoring media, May is the month when the country's #1 automaker celebrates its one-of-a-kind joyride, the Toyota Road Trek. Now in its 40th year, the Toyota Road Trek highlights the beauty of the Philippines via an adventure trip to the country's best destinations on board the automaker's featured cars. In this year's edition of the Road Trek, held from May 16 to 19, Toyota Motor Philippines took members of the local motoring media to perhaps the country's most exclusive island, Balesin. And boy, were we all in a sort of rush to go there.
The most anticipated trip to Balesin, however, would have to wait a bit because on the first day, May 16, a total of 32 members of the local motoring media had to first put on their thinking caps and game faces and accumulate as many points as they could for the respective teams during the various challenges held at the 3 different Toyota dealerships in Central Luzon. And true to the tradition of the 14-year-old Toyota Road Trek series, the trip was all about fun and games on board the automaker's featured vehicles. The games could become competitively serious though, as each precious point earned could spell the difference in the overall tally.
The basic concept of it is that we really wanted to let our friends from the media experience the joys of driving a Toyota, of course in a scenic destination here in the Philippines. Because here in the country, we have a lot of things to offer, from beaches to mountains to really nice drivable plains. So, this kind of tradition that we've been doing for 14 years now has been strengthened by, of course, how we've been always coming up with the different models in our lineup, and driven by our, of course, the motoring media. So this is what the Road Trek is really all about. In its essence, it's having to experience the joys of driving a Toyota in the different destinations here in the Philippines.
After every fun game and challenge at the host Toyota dealership, the teams took turns driving and riding in this year's featured ride, the compact SUV Rush, which just had its grand public launch last May 5 and 6, now adding to the already formidable lineup of SUVs in Toyota's stable.
This time, since we just launched our new Toyota Rush, so the main focus of the Road Trek 14 is the Toyota Rush. And to familiarize everyone, Toyota Rush is our newest SUV. We're quite happy that finally we're able to introduce this compact SUV. As we all know, the Filipinos love SUVs, and that's why also Toyota, we have one of the widest SUV lineup. My last count is up to 6 already, from Rush, RAV4, Fortuner, FJ Cruiser, Land Cruiser, and the Prado. So we hope that later on we are able to again still have a wider lineup for the SUVs.
The ride and drive experience with the Rush gave the media teams a first-hand experience of the riding and handling characteristics of the vehicle, plus a feel of its roominess and interior amenities.
The Rush is our new small SUV vehicle. It's a 1500 small SUV. There are variants which are 5-seater and variants which are 7-seater. It's powered by a 1500 VVTi engine, rear-wheel drive, and it's our new offering for Toyota.
It's a small SUV. I think it's one of a kind in the industry, and we feel we are very confident that the market will respond positively. It's a new entry, and we're excited. We have launched it recently, and we project and we anticipate that there will be more buyers of this model.
During an entire day of driving to Toyota Angeles, Toyota Bataan and Toyota Tarlac on board the Rush and its mid-size SUV Fortuner and the Innova MPV, the teams experienced the consistency of the look and ambience in the dealerships.
For Toyota, what we're aiming for is that anywhere you are, in Manila or in Mindanao or Luzon, Visayas, that you are able to experience the same level of Toyota service. And you may have noticed our newest leaderships in Region 3, in Tarlac, Angeles, and Bataan. And basically, you go to Regions 1, 2, and other regions, you see the same thing. That we are trying our best to have the best leaderships for our customers around the Philippines.
The Toyota Road Trek is an annual event that is considered to be one of the most awaited driving activities of our core motoring journalists in the country. It aims to provide opportunity to travel to scenic destinations using a Toyota.
At last, the next day on the morning of May 17, the group finally headed on to Clark International Airport for the 30-minute flight to Balesin Island off the southern eastern coast of Quezon Province in the Polillo Islands group. Balesin, an exclusive for members-only island club made famous by the weddings of high-profile showbiz celebrities and political personalities, opened its doors to welcome an eager Toyota contingent.
We always felt Balesin was a very exclusive place. When we gave Balesin a call, they told us we could bring our media friends here, so we grabbed the opportunity. I think it's very exclusive, it's very premium, so we also wanted you to feel what it is to stay in a resort of this kind of caliber.
Now, we figured we haven't really gone to Balesin Island Club yet. It's a private paradise, the different villages that are surrounded in this beautiful island in Quezon is something that you won't really get to experience every day. So we're also glad that we were able to bring in the Toyota Rush here and experience the cute new SUV that we have in this island, that is Balesin Island Club in Quezon.
We choose some kind of a special or unique place. Then this year we chose this Balesin Island because this is like a closer to the Manila and also the very beautiful, very isolated, and a very high grade also. So I think this Balesin Island is the best choice for media people this year for road trek people.
In Balesin Island, the teams continued their quest for points as the final challenge involved finding the 4 rush units shipped in earlier onto the island and taking creative groofies with the vehicles. Of course, this challenge provided the opportunity for the teams to tour the various facilities and themed resorts and villages of this well-managed island that's roughly half the size of Boracay. Finally, on the second and final night in Balesin on May 18, the teams that accumulated the most points during the challenges were handsomely rewarded. But media participants of the Toyota Road Trek know that there are no losers in this one-of-a-kind ride and drive. Just the experience of traveling to the best places in the country, on board best-selling vehicles in the company of peers and friends, is the stuff that priceless memories are made of.
For the future road trekkers out there, one thing's for sure, you have to come in prepared, of course, when it comes to the different driving experiences that you'll be having, the different challenges that await, and one thing's for sure, it's the friendship, it's the camaraderie that is only built in the Toyota Road Trek.
Knowing Toyota, the launch of the Rush and the Road Trek 2018 are just the opening salvos of what is shaping up to be another exciting year for Toyota Motor Philippines.
We are going to launch our new Vios. This is our really core model, also related to our manufacturing business in the Philippines. So this is maybe our highlight this year.
There you have it. Those 4 days of the road trek of 2018 sure went by in a rush, in a matter of speaking. Time does fly when you're having fun, and Toyota dished the fun out in spades. And even as we relish the memories of this latest adventure with Toyota, there is that growing anticipation for Road Trek 2019 and the wild guesses as to where the next destination will be. That's when you know, like the best-selling cars that this automaker has been rolling out one after another, Toyota has created a wildly successful motoring fiesta that has become tradition in the motoring industry.